A typical electric stovetop has only 3 parts that commonly fail. If you have an electric range with a coil surface burner that does not work properly, this video will help you troubleshoot the problem. If you understand how something works, it makes it easier to figure out which part is broken. A circuit for an electric burner is very simple. It takes two 120 volts of AC power to make the electric burner, also called a surface element, heat up. When you turn the control switch on, 3 contacts inside of the control switch, which is sometimes also called the infinite switch, close. One contact closes and it sends 120 volts AC to the burner on indicate light to illuminate it, and 2 other contacts close, causing the 2 legs of 120 volts to go through the control switch to the receptacle block to the electric burner. And when you have the 2 legs of 120 volts on the electric burner, it causes it to heat up. We have to have a way to control the heat on the burner, and the control switch does this. It's bimetal and mechanical, and what it does is it pulses one leg of the switch on and off in cycles. The faster the switch cycles on and off, the higher the heat on the electric burner, and conversely, the slower the switch cycles, the lower the heat will be on the electric burner. Here's an 8-inch electric burner, and it's plugged into the receptacle block, and then these 2 leads from the receptacle block would be connected to the control switch. Let's go over some common problems. If the burner won't heat up, make sure that it's fully plugged into the receptacle block. If there are 2 identical size burners, swap them. If the non-working burner does not heat up in either location, then it's likely that the conductor that's located in the outside insulation is broken, and the burner needs to be replaced. If both burners won't work in one location, then the burners are good. The trouble could be a broken connection inside of the receptacle block, or perhaps the contacts on the control switch are not closing. There's a remote possibility that the wiring between the receptacle block and the control switch, or maybe the wiring that's coming into the control switch, is broken or damaged. If the burner only intermittently heats up, or it doesn't fully heat up, then remove the burner and examine the terminal ends on the burner. This burner only intermittently worked, and you can see that the terminal ends are pitted and worn and blackened. Here's the terminal ends on a brand new burner. You can see that they're nice and shiny. The blackened and pitted terminal ends are an indication that the terminals inside of the receptacle block are probably worn and loose, and because they're loose, they're causing arcing between the terminal ends of the burner and the connectors inside of the receptacle block. A common symptom of a bad receptacle block would be that the burner works intermittently, and if you wiggle it around a little bit, it may start to work again. If the terminal ends are blackened and pitted like these, I would replace both the receptacle block and the burner, though you may be able to just try replacing the receptacle block first and then cleaning up these connections and see how it works. If the terminal ends on the burner look good, then odds are the problem is that the control switch is not always working. If the burner is overheating, it won't turn off, or it's running hotter than the temperature setting on the control switch, most likely the problem is that the control switch is bad and the contacts inside of it are sticking closed. Hopefully I've pointed you in the right direction to fix your problem. I do have a companion video to this one that shows how to diagnose electric burner problems using a multimeter. Click on the channel name, Know How Now, to find it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. A thumbs up is always appreciated, and thanks for watching.